Imagine arriving at an airport, but instead of trained security officers, you see immigration agents walking the terminals, while security lines stretch for hours. That's exactly what's happening right now at Newark Airport. And according to Senator Cory Booker, this situation is unacceptable and raising serious concerns about safety, staffing, and political decisions. Welcome to Mohammed, your go-to channel for breaking political explanations. In today's video, we're breaking down why ICE agents were deployed to airports, what's really happening at Newark Airport, and what Senator Cory Booker revealed during his Senate hearing. And yes, we got this information directly from Booker's statements and ongoing discussions around Newark Airport operations. Let's start with the situation itself. Across major U.S. airports, including Newark, travelers are facing massive delays. Why? Because the Transportation Security Administration, TSA, is severely understaffed. Key facts to explain. Government shutdown affecting Department of Homeland Security. TSA workers not being paid. Thousands absent or quitting. Reports show that thousands of TSA officers didn't show up for work, and over 400 officers have already resigned. This created chaos, with security lines stretching for hours and passengers missing flights. To deal with this crisis, the administration of Donald Trump made a controversial move. They deployed ICE agents to airports like Newark. ICE equals Immigration and Customs Enforcement, not trained for TSA screening. According to official reports, these agents were not there to screen passengers. Instead, they were assigned roles like crowd control, guarding exits, supporting general airport operations.
Really in a sense of outrage. We in the United States of America are dealing with Donald Trump's inability to simply fund the TSA. The message today is fund the TSA and get ICE out. We are in a national crisis by Donald Trump's making. He has refused to let dollars flow to the TSA that we have 7 times now on this floor of the Senate. Democrats over and over again are offering up resolutions to fund the TSA. But the reason why he's not doing it is because he wants to continue the reckless, chaotic actions of ICE. We are having a fight over ICE funding. We are not having a fight over TSA funding or Coast Guard funding or FEMA funding. We want to fund them. But instead, Donald Trump is saying, I'm going to extract maximum pain from the American people in order to try to pressure you to fund my out-of-control agency, ICE. And so what's happening today in America that should outrage everybody? He's taking this very same agency that has been bursting into our schools, into our churches, into our hospitals, into our courts, and even into the homes of Americans. He's taking that agency that is reckless and out of control and bringing them to our airports under the lie that somehow this is going to help deal with the long lines that he created in the first place. This is an outrage. We should not have an agency that America doesn't trust, an agency that literally has seen violence against Americans, an agency that is tearing away American families, tearing apart American families and arresting and detaining Americans and violating due process rights and civil rights. And so the frustration Americans feeling today grows. It grows because they come to their airports and they see ICE agents who have no training or specified skills to do the jobs of the TSA, who are now about to go without their second paycheck. This is mismanagement. This is corruption. This is trying to use innocent people as a pawn in a very awful political game. And so I am saying it again now, today, fund TSA and get ICE out of our airports. I want to let one more speaker come who's been a champion in fighting for the rights of Americans, fighting for the rights of immigrants that are here legally, and fighting for the human rights and the dignity of all people within our country. I'm very grateful to bring up Amal here now to say some words on behalf of the New Jersey ACLU. No, that's holding up.
Oh, yeah. Thank you so much, Senator Booker. I share your outrage, and I share the outrage felt by countless Americans that our government continues to abuse its power and instill fear amongst the communities throughout this country. We're standing here at Newark Airport. I just noticed that right behind us is a mural that was painted by Leka Nunia Yawar, which celebrates immigrants in our country. It celebrates immigrants and the immigrant story of our country. Yet we are here today to talk about how the Trump administration is abusing its power and continuing to deploy ICE, a lawless and reckless agency, to instill fear in the lives of Americans. Never before in our country has an American president deployed armed immigration agents to the airport to inspire fear among American travelers, including families. Congress never intended ICE or other immigration agencies.
Just go ahead.
Yeah.
If you can.
Congress never intended ICE or other immigration agencies to be used as a tool of political retribution. But that's exactly what the Trump administration is seeking to do yet again. This is yet more proof of the president's intention to use ICE as his own domestic policing force, assigned at his will and on his whim, regardless of the cost to public safety, order, or our most basic rights. Once again, Trump is using immigration agents as his private security force. He's making a political point. He's not scaling back his use of ICE, even though the American people are largely against it. Look, our communities are already living in fear as a result of aggressive immigration enforcement throughout our country. Not only have we seen an escalation of raids by ICE, we've seen ICE kill in cold blood individuals, including American citizens, including in Minneapolis of Renee Good and Alex Preddy, and including Keith Porter and Ruben Martinez. These are stories of families that are devastated right now because of the impact that ICE has had on their lives. These are stories of protesters and journalists and local law enforcement agencies that have been oppressed and suppressed and violently attacked by ICE. This latest move shows that the Trump administration will use federal agents, deploying them whenever convenient, regardless of need, and whether they have appropriate training and regardless of the impact that it has on our communities. There is no need to use ICE or any federal agents, any other armed federal agents at airports. DHS has ample funds to pay TSA agents, yet it does not have the support of the president or the president's administration's political will. This latest move only shows why it's imperative that Congress creates real safeguards and reforms to stop ICE from abusing its authority and creating more fear in our communities. I'll turn it back to the senator. I got it. Yep.
All right, I'll take any questions. Of course, you go first. The man on his knees. That's a. Wow. I've wanted him, you know. To, all right. Okay.
New York Times. Senator, we're here today because of the logjam about what's happening with TSA with funding because of the partial shutdown. What could break the logjam?
Again, remember, there is no logjam over funding TSA. Democrats have said over and over again, please fund TSA. We will not block that. All Donald Trump has to say is yes. Democrats said, fund TSA, stop these lines, stop the hardship on passengers, stop them having to spend hours more at the airport. Just say yes and fund TSA. But Donald Trump is saying no. Why? Because he wants more money going to his reckless and out of control ICE. So I say today, yet again, we will fund TSA. Just say yes. But instead of saying yes, what is he doing? He's bringing that reckless agency that he has said is needed in our city, suddenly they're going to come here and do TSA jobs. Every American knows that's absurd, and it's dangerous to have these armed agents who've already proven outside to be reckless and out of control now at our airports.
Senator, the president blames Democrats, of course, and he says his impasse is caused because you guys are asking for some kind of reforms. What are these reforms that you're asking for with ICE agents?
So let's be clear. We are asking that ICE stop their reckless and out of control activities. We're asking them to abide by the civil rights of Americans. We're asking them not to barge into Americans' homes without warrants. We're asking them not to beat American citizens, not to arrest members of the press, not to kill people and then have no accountability. This agency is so far afield away from what Donald Trump said they were going to do, which was just to go after the most dangerous people. And so now Donald Trump's immigration activities, his reckless, out of control immigration activities, make him wildly unpopular with both Democrats and Republicans. So I'm sorry. This is not about TSA. This is not about our airports. This is about a reckless, out of control ICE that he's now brought into our airports. Donald Trump has caused the TSA lines, and now he's doubling down and making it worse by bringing a reckless, armed, out-of-control agency into our airports. This is insanity, and American people have to join together in a chorus of condemnation and saying, stop causing so much pain in America. You've driven up all of our costs, and now you're making us spend 2-3 hours extra at the airports. Yeah, please. So I'm going to be very clear, because this is a Jersey thing for me. I was the mayor of this city. Newark Airport is great. If we fund the people that work here, we're fine. We've got TSA that does incredible work. We've got Port Authority police that do incredible work. This is a well-functioning airport that's getting better and better. Have you seen the improvements to Terminal A? And now suddenly, Donald Trump has brought chaos into our airport in New Jersey. This is his way of doing things: chaos, cruelty, and corruption. That is visiting upon us now because Donald Trump won't fund TSA and has brought ICE into our airport here. Yes. Nice to see you, Adam. Right, so two things. One is they couldn't this weekend, when the head of Homeland Security was on TV and asked, what will the ICE agents be doing? He said, I do not know. We're working on that. So they have brought this reckless and out of control ICE into our airports and haven't even told the American people what they're specifically doing. And all we see them doing today is roaming around. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, that is striking fear into a lot of people, and even has airlines reaching out to me and saying, get ICE out of our airports. It's not good for our customers. It's not good for flyers. So they have not given any response to what they're doing. And then number two, I'm telling America this: if you miss your flight, and remember, airlines are taking the increased fuel costs of Donald Trump's unconstitutional war, and they're passing it on. So air travelers are already paying more because of Donald Trump, and now they're missing their flights because of hours-long waits. So please, you should be outraged about that, because Congress has no response to that right now, because this is Donald Trump's problem. Democrats' response is, end this nightmare. Just say yes, Donald Trump, to our requests over and over again to fund TSA, and now also get ICE the hell out of our airports. Yes.
In the truth
I don't know how many times Donald Trump has to lie before we just begin to say enough already, enough already. Here are the facts. The TSA needs to be funded. The brave people who come here every day to keep us safe and secure on our air travel, they simply need a paycheck. We have brought resolution after resolution to the floor of the Senate to pay them. It's not Democrats standing up and blocking us. It's Republicans ordered by Donald Trump that say, do not let them pay TSA. And the question is why? And that is because he does not want to let you pay TSA. He does not want to let you get rid of these lines. He wants to cause pain to force you to pay my out-of-control ICE agents, who already have more money than most militaries on the planet Earth. So this is very simple. Donald Trump needs to do two things: say yes and pay TSA, and get ICE the hell out of our airports and stop causing this chaos in America.
I noticed that there were not a lot of delays today. I saw 6 delays. I mean, what are your concerns for the future as this goes on? Because obviously this is not going to be a one-day
Yeah,
situation.
I think Donald Trump's constantly, in everything he does, he seems to bring chaos and cruelty to American people. And so here at our airports, we're seeing that in America right now: chaos and cruelty. If you're a passenger for a flight and now you have to wake up 2 more hours early, leave your family, not be there to take your kids to school just so you can come and wait in a 3 hours long line, that is cruel and that is chaos. So I understand that the flights themselves may not be delayed, but all over this country, we're seeing the long lines. Who is causing that? It's not Democrats who are saying, we want, here is the money, just fund TSA. And he's saying no because of ICE. I'm not gonna ease your pain. I'm not gonna ease your suffering because I want more money for an agency that America has rejected because of their chaos and their cruelty. They're slamming Americans to the pavement. They're violating our rights. This is not complicated. Pay TSA and get ICE the hell out of our airports.
Senator Booker, do you have any indication that ICE has changed their tactics? For example, should we be awaiting ICE agents in our midst who are masked at the airport, or are they removing their masks? Is there any clear change of policy under Tom Homan?
So first of all, nobody wants masked people jumping out of unmarked cars, ripping people from our streets. We've already seen people use that sort of MO to commit crimes. And Donald Trump says, no, I can't have these people unmasked. It's too dangerous for ICE agents to be unmasked. Well, look around our airports now, they're unmasked, which seems to unmask his lies. ICE is reckless and out of control, unnecessarily upending our neighborhoods, and Donald Trump is defending ICE and then inflicting suffering on the American people. This is not complicated. Our airports would be running smoothly right now if Donald Trump would just say, yes, I will fund TSA. And no, I'm not going to let ICE continue to bring chaos and cruelty to the American people.
But here's the problem. Many critics say this doesn't actually fix the core issue. Critics, including lawmakers, unions, and passengers, are raising serious concerns. ICE, not trained for aviation security, confusion about their role, public backlash. Some reports even suggest that ICE agents appeared unclear about their responsibilities, with critics questioning whether they were actually helping at all. Others argue this move is more political than practical, a way to respond to the crisis without solving the real problem: staffing and funding. This is where Senator Cory Booker steps in. During discussions and statements surrounding Newark Airport, Booker made it clear long wait times and poor staffing are profoundly unacceptable. Travelers are missing flights, security efficiency is dropping, and the system needs proper staffing, not temporary fixes. Booker has long raised concerns about Newark Airport staffing, calls for better resources and accountability. And that's exactly where this situation becomes bigger than just one airport. It's about how national security infrastructure is being managed. So what does all of this mean? Right now, we're seeing 3 major issues collide: government shutdown, funding crisis, TSA shortages, operational chaos, ICE deployment, controversial solution. And the result? Confusion, delays, and growing political tension.
So the big question is deploying ICE agents a real solution or just a temporary fix hiding a deeper problem? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if you want more deep, fact-based breakdowns like this, make sure to subscribe to Mohammed. I'll see you in the next one.